Alright, I need to get SP to go play Tex more to like get some paranoia into this man.
I mean, Pepsi just strictly played amazing last game. Like he got an insane amount of units. I mean, of course, he got in such a good position because he fucked up pretty badly. But he himself also, like, he got a lot of unit spam, transitioned into pretty decent eco, very fast tech 3 land, plus pretty fast T3 air. Honestly, there's very little how he could improve from how he played last game. I'm actually, like, positively surprised how well he played that.
I mean, he played it really, really well, except at the very end where he was needlessly risky with this ACU.
He played it super well, except for the fact that he didn't make a single flag.
He didn't make a single flak or a single shield, which you should honestly just have in your unit mix as UEF.
That's
Always.
true.
It's fine.
But, you know, aside from that, like, the macroing of that game, aside from that, was...
Oh, the macro, the decision making from SB, the positioning where he took all those engagements really well, it was all incredible. Except that he could have just put his ACU under that shield into his main base and he would have won. That's all I gotta say.
Nice. Well, back on this map again, aren't we?
Bet on draw, guys. Alright, you heard the man. Chat, get on it.
So yeah, this should be a more balanced game because it can be more unbalanced than the start of last one. Because that was really, really bad.
Alright, so we'll see UD hopefully do this better. Because it's this one thing, you forget to send one engineer to do one thing and it sort of blows everything up down the line.
At least he didn't leave an engineer past.
At least he did not leave an engineer paused. But he is going first Mech Marine, which is interesting.
Okay.
Very aggressive.
Well, he did quick double Mech Marine last time, didn't he? And one got cleaned up, but the other one actually did raid an important expanding engineer. So it was pretty good.
Yeah, so we'll see what this Mech Marine accomplishes. Where does it want to go? Let's go to the same place that the successful Mech Marine went last time.
I assume it will. That would at least make the most sense.
Yeah, I mean, you'd like to repeat your successes.
Exactly. This time, Pepsi goes first tank and sends it there.
The metagame's evolving. He builds his first Snoop again, and he sends it to the same spot, around the same way, as to not see any incoming raids.
Nice. I mean, it's not a bad Snoop placement, it's just he needs another one to scout for raids.
I mean, just have that Snoop go the other way around the mountain.
Well, or you just have two.
Whoa. Two? Can you afford two Snoops?
Outrageous.
I mean, they're really expensive, like a whole 12 mass.
A whole 12 mass.
Where are you gonna get 12 mass?
Who knows? Maybe we should ask Turin that. Definitely not in 10 mass rocks.
Well, there's no 12 mass rocks, now are they? Only 10 mass. Can't afford a 12 mass thing with only 10 mass rocks. That's just math.
Unless you want to make 5 12 mass things, and then you can reclaim 6 rocks, which makes it work perfectly.
Wow, we figured it out. Just build 5 Snoops.
Exactly. So here's the raid at the exact same time, and there's again no fucking counter from Pepsi. Because he sent the tank south, and this time there's not a raid that goes south. Just a successful one from north, which is... Honestly, that raid, where UD gets the raid through, is like the only real place where you send an early raid through.
I'm not sure what this tank is looking to do.
Yeah, me neither. Maybe it's planned to be a counter attack, but then why would you make the tank instead of a lab?
Yeah,
So
good
here's
point.
the Mech Marine from UD. Oh, it gets reclaimed. Gets
Oh
reclaimed.
no! Disaster. Doesn't even need to defend it. The engineer can defend
GG.
itself.
GG. I'm sure UD must be in a great spirit right now.
I mean, Yudi's just out here to depress himself on every opening on Zerg Canyon.
Yes.
Alright, the opening looks more human this time from Yudi.
Is he not stalling mass insanely hard?
He is not. He's sending his
Wow.
ACU out. He's got good expanding engineers. He's got a nice bomber headed north.
He's playing the map.
You can do that?
Apparently so.
Huh. Maybe I should try that sometime.
Nah, you can't do it.
Only Yudi's allowed to play the map.
Only Twitch chat can play the map.
Twitch plays FAF. Let's go.
Nobody else can.
Nobody
Okay,
else ever.
So first lap, a bit of a blunder. It's not huge, but it's still important. Funnily enough, this time Pepsi is stalling 200 E per second.
He pauses his air and he's still stalling.
So they reversed roles. There's a bomber coming out from UD that will actually kill the engineer that the lab failed to kill. So I guess eventually... I guess UD did the same thing except not stall this time and his bomber went for a smarter target.
But a dodge. Successfully avoids the second bomb.
I'm
Inti
not
is
sure.
locked.
I felt like that was an auto dodge.
No, that was a dodge. He just gave a move command directly away from it.
Okay. Oh yeah, it is. It's just stop now.
Oh. He's trying.
Nice overbomb. Oh, it's a UF. It's a UF bomber though, so sadly it's not allowed to kill its target.
The bombs went every direction except where the engineer is.
Luckily, UF bombs are the strongest bombers with the most damage, as you can see.
Just attack things that can't move. Why would you want to attack something that can move, like an engineer?
It's easy.
I mean, that was okay-ish damage. He killed one engineer.
And he delayed the expansion of those mechs because the engineers also needed to dodge for quite a bit. So right now there's 9 land factories for Pepsi and 3 more halfway done, while UD is on 7 factories. So UD's... Oh no, wait, he has a few more outside of his main base. So Pepsi is gonna have a slight advantage again. Tank-wise, he's on 23 tanks, while UD is on 18. But okay, UD will be able to snipe some of the reclaiming engineers from Pepsi with some tanks in the middle.
I like this raid in the south from Pepsi. He's gonna kill this expanding engineer. Well, hopefully.
Yeah. He sent everything to that area. There's some bombers from UD.
Bombing his own mechs.
Yikes.
Doesn't even do any meaningful damage to the tank, just bombs his own mechs. UEF bombers, people. Let's go.
You should ask FTX what he thinks about them.
Alright, and both bombers get cleaned up. Some of the tanks will survive, and maybe be able to kill off more mechs in this position now.
This was quite a big stream of units coming there, so he will be able to deny that position. But UD is denying the same position at the top with only 2 tanks, because Pepsi literally sent everything south.
Yeah, that is a bit more cost effective. SB has a lot of tanks with his ACU, and he's very close to UD's ACU.
Yeah, this is the same situation as last time, although this time Pepsi made his PD in a bit of a weird position.
Yeah, I think it's just a fallback PD, but it's not in as good position as it was previous.
Yeah.
But he'll just bully UD out of the center.
This time UD might not accidentally suicide 20 tanks into it.
A novel idea.
A novel idea indeed. So UD gets chased out of the mids.
Yeah, it looks like
69 tanks for Pepsi, nice, and 47 for UD, so UD is about 20 tanks behind. However, he is already on tech to land.
Beauty is?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fast. He's getting his Type 2 P-Gen. How's SB doing?
Pepsi is 65%. So he's also getting there. Slightly behind, but not too far. But Pepsi is on 16 Lance Factories, while UD is on 13. So there's naturally more units from Pepsi. And Pepsi is again 2k reclaim up on UD.
I mean, that's pretty important. It's giving him a nice lead. He's somehow has a lot more mass, or slightly more mass income than UD, despite pretty even map control.
Yeah, the engineer spread from Pepsi just seems quite a bit better. It seems like Pepsi is a pretty well organized BO, because like if he does it twice in a row with lots of units, good eco balance, lots of reclaim, it's not an accident, that's for sure. But yeah, I mean the only issue is his top expansion. He has not gotten because somehow 2 UD tanks are denying it, because Pepsi's not sending anything there, even though he does have a radar where he can see the units with.
Both
I
these
mean, the
players
main
just...
difference is that UD is making some bombers while Pepsi isn't, although the bombers aren't doing great. The thing is, it's for UEF, it's less efficient to have random bombers on units, because land units are almost always moving, and you kinda tend to, especially the way UEF bombers drop, you tend to be way better against stationary targets. Like Sarah bombers are way better against something like that, usually. There's a big fight at the bottom, and Yudi seems to be kinda losing it, although he does have a factory in the vicinity, so as long as he doesn't lose that, it's kinda fine.
I think he could lose it, though. There's not a lot of reinforcements nearby, and this is still 23 tanks.
Okay, this is actually... Pepsi is stalling pretty badly, and more importantly, this time Yudi is actually already on tech-free land. It's 90%. Well, about to be, of course. But, so the first Titans are gonna be out. I kinda hope Yudi uses some transports to drop them to the front, because to really make a difference, because he is kind of far behind on map control. There's the... Pepsi has 120 Tech 1 tanks and 1 flak. I wonder what the flak is for.
Is he learning?
I'm not entirely sure.
I mean, the man has gun now. Where's the flak? Flak's in the main base.
He has got a gun.
And Yudi's running a lot of tanks into a PD and gun ACU. I mean, one thing that's happening is SB is just not mixing anything that's not a tank into his unit composition. Meanwhile, Yudi is happy to mix lots of stuff.
Look at the PDs Pepsi makes next to his SU. I'm not sure what that reaction is for.
I guess he feels scared by the number of tanks nearby, but I don't think he should.
Oh my... Look at Pepsi's intel.
I mean, Pepsi has great intel.
What's that?
He sees everything. Except the
crime.
base. He doesn't see the base. Is the base important?
If you see the units that are coming out of the base, why do you need to see the base?
Exactly. He's...
Holy shit.
Alright, he's got some scouts now. He's like, alright, maybe I actually need to see what Yudi's up to? Like...
So Pepsi is behind on T3 lands by roughly a minute, but he does have more Tech 1.
He's more Tech 1, and he has more mass income. And also, he's a lot of tanks near Yudi's ACU.
Yeah, although they're just going in single file, so it's actually great for Yudi. Some great value he's getting from this. Yudi has a gun. Yudi can unironically just walk into the tanks a bit more. He's being too careful here, although, you know, maybe he doesn't know what's coming, but...
Yeah, maybe just want to kite it out just to be safe. SB gonna drop tanks into the middle.
Yeah, but I think he was being too safe there. Does Yudi have a flag? He does not.
Oh, but we're having the Titan drop in response.
Okay, nice. There's the drop. I would kind of like him to try and drop the top plateau from Pepsi, because that's another like 5 maxes you can kill for free. He walked into Pepsi's ACU and is like, why is there infinite AA there?
Pepsi has constructed a fortress around his ACU to never let what happened to him last game happen again.
bit of a mass waste. That's 2.5k mass. Honestly, that would have been enough to finish his tech 3 land a minute earlier.
Yeah, it seems a bit wasteful, to be honest.
He's just scared after the last game. Oh, just scout! I mean, he has scouts now. He just scouted UD's base. He sees a tech to air factory, but is just building a few Janus. That's it. Also, why not just have mobile flag?
The man has been traumatized, okay?
Yeah, he has been.
He's not in a position to react rationally to UD's
He did
existence.
control K his factories in his base this time, although he didn't reclaim them.
He's working on it.
And he still has way more Tech 1 factories than he could afford to have. I think, and funnily enough, one of the only factories he upgraded is Tech 2 support factory, is the one unadjacent to a max. But this time Pepsi's eco is a lot worse. He only has 4 maxes compared to last time. Yudi is on 5, so it's actually kind of equal. Yudi's first Titan he dropped in mid just got OC'd, which is pretty sad.
Yeah, that's quite unfortunate.
A big raid from Yudi on the right side, but I don't think it's too useful because even though he wins the fight right now, it will be a mass donation in the end.
Yeah, SP has really sort of stopped teching, and Yudi's just continuing to tech, and now he's pulling ahead.
You mean ecoing?
Yes.
Yes.
Words.
Words, indeed.
But like, what are all these T1 land units supposed to do versus the Titans? Why build them?
Yeah, Pepsi did also make some pillars, but they're not really in position. That's. If you look at the reclaim, actually both of them reclaim nicely this time. They're both on 24k, 25k reclaim. But these Titans from Yudi, if microed properly, this Tech 1 army gets evaporated by these 4 Titans.
They're just trying to run away, like go back to a place where SP can more easily reclaim them or something.
Meanwhile, Yudi is like stockpiling a few Janis. He's on 6 at the moment.
Scary.
He's
Very
on 3 Tech 3 factories making Titans at the moment. He doesn't have a T3 pigeon though. I think that's a bit of a mistake, although I can kind of understand because the initial investment is just so big for T3 pigeon. So I kind of understand that point. Yudi is also raiding nicely with the stack 1 tanks, even though Pepsi should have more. Like Yudi isn't even raiding with his Titans yet. Like the mass of the armies is actually the same. It's just that this like half of Pepsi's units were in front of 4 Titans and ran away. Like at the bottom, and at the top Yudi is raiding that shouldn't have making it through at all. Although it can be dropped again, but like that choke point on that plateau, people never built a PD there. Why not? Please explain that to me.
They should. Come on, people. Start doing it. Alright, but SP's getting his own Titans out on the map now. He's got 5 to UD's 13.
Yeah, so it's like a minute difference. But eco-wise, Judy is ahead on both mass and on power. I think he's 1 tech 2 pigeon, not next to... Oh, never mind. Pepsi is making a tech 3 pigeon.
I'm concerned these Janus are just going to win the game immediately. Because SP's got 27 Inties versus 9 Janus. Actually, maybe the Inties can win.
It depends how they're being microed as well. What is important though is that he gets better intel, because the corners of the map he has no intel at all. Also, he can lose the Inties to the Titans at the bottom.
That would be very bad. He needs
that
those.
Would be insanely bad.
I feel like he should just control K a lot of these tanks and like reclaim them. Like they're just feeding the Titan's vet.
I mean, he should do that and reclaim more factories in his main base. And honestly, reclaim his tech 1 power when he finishes the tech 3 pigeon as well.
But otherwise, SP, he's in a nice spot in the middle of the map. Very well defended with static defense. Don't worry about it. He's got a T3 P-Gen almost done.
Yep. And I assume after that he will rush T3 air. There's an air factory north of that. Same like he did last game.
That would be the sensible thing to do.
He is mass stunning badly though. I think he's making a few tech 2 maxes. He's now on 7, about to be 8, about to be 9. Well, GD is on 10 already.
I don't know if SB can take this fight down south. Maybe he can. Maybe this is enough T1 to help his Titans.
8 Titans versus 3 and some Tech 1 spam. I don't think so.
Yeah, it's not looking good for the forces
Especially
of SB.
since he wasn't microing the almost dead Titans back. Honestly, what I think, I mean, okay, here's the big air fight. But
Nope.
it seems I feel Judy has enough, especially considering Pepsi isn't focusing on some certain Janus, which is insanely important. Yeah, he just, well, that's a bit of a miss micro from Judy.
Yeah, he's got some free shots, but
The issue is when you have like a lower tech air versus higher tech air, the way you tend to want to do it is you just want to, nice SU Pepsi by the way, you want to just right click and queue up so that you kill them efficiently. Otherwise you just leave half the Janus on yellow while the Janus one shot all your inties.
wow, SB's just down to basically dead in one volley.
Draw?
Offers a draw.
Draw please.
Oh, he said yes.
You did the totally not sarcastic yes, so
Yep.
it will be a draw.
We can hold him to that. Oh, that's a brutal air loss into Janus snipe. Although he's kind of getting overrun by the Titans anyway. I think the Titans would kill him without the Janus being there. I just slightly overcommitted on T1 there.
I don't think he necessarily overcommitted. I just think he didn't do enough with it, because he had way more tech 1 than Judy, but he just didn't do damage with it. And Judy rushed tech 3 lands, but it only arrived at minute 10, right? And that's enough for your units to get across the map. One of the things is that, I mean, I know what happened actually. Let me sum it up. He made massive tech 1 spam, while Judy made less in Red TT rush. But then instead of pushing with the tech 1, he decided to make a gun ACU and surround him with 3k mass worth of PDs and AAs. That's what happens.
Look, the PDs and AAs were critical to something at some point. Who could say?
Like it's if instead of doing that, he just pushed with his lands together with his ACU, he wouldn't have won the game on the spot, but he would have done economic damage to Judy. The knight reclaimed the knight response maxes to get a bigger mass lead, so he could catch up on lands. Like he wouldn't. It would probably be an even game still, but he wouldn't be like down like he is right now, because Judy basically rushed T3 lands faster with less units, and he didn't get punished for it because Pepsi was somehow being defensive on with more units, and that's what went wrong for him. Like kind of similar to the 20-kilometer map gen that happened earlier, where Judy just rushed Tech 3 air hard and didn't really get punished for it. The same thing kind of happened here, although to a lesser degree, because Judy did make a lot of land units in this game, unlike in that on the 20-kilometer map.
Well, with that, Yudi takes the series 4-2 over SB. And we'll call that 8 games.
What was the 8th game according to you?
Well, we had the disconnect, and then the draw.
Oh, the disconnect. Okay, I see.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently that's also a game.
That's kind of sort of a game. Well, congratulations to Yudi for being our Spring Invitational champion this year. I will see if he wants to come on for a winner's interview. Alright, he'll be coming on in a second.
This is where he says no.
Well, then we go have a loser's interview with SB. Which is often, sometimes more fun. Well, that was a pretty good game day of games, I have to say. Pretty
It
happy.
was a lot better than certain other sets of series. The 4-2 and the 3-2 instead of a few 3-0s.
Well, you know, UD and SV are pretty close in skill, and so are Turn and Shen, so we got some interesting gameplay. We got some insanely stolen games. But
I think all the game results were deserved.
absolutely. If you won, you deserved it. That's how it works.
Exactly. Otherwise, you wouldn't have won.
Exactly.
It all makes sense.
Shout out to all the people who bet on draw this time. It's 6 different people bet on draw. Alright, here's UD. I'm gonna drag him in. Hello, UD. Welcome to the stream. Congratulations.
Congrats on your 3 on this PP play.
Dude, why? It's why, man. Thank you.
What are you doing to me?
Go ahead.
It's nothing. Just something between us.
Alright, so Edie, how you feeling after that series?
I mean, happy, I guess, but not at the same time. I feel like I could have performed better. I got lucky in the last game where I drew. Very lucky. So, like, I thought it was pretty undeserving for me to win that, but I mean, not win, draw. But
Let's say it was revenge from the ditch game.
yeah, but I don't know. It's kind of my fault for moving my shield there for absolutely no reason to begin with. I don't know what I did.
I mean, you were so
Yeah.
close to surviving in that ditch game, too.
Yeah. Like, I thought I was gonna dodge the bomb, but I think he got fired, but I'm not really sure.
I believe he did, just to secure
Yeah.
it.
I think what you did was you turned around and then went straight ahead, but if you walked a bit more north, you could have walked out of it. But it's very hard to see where a dropping bomb will land exactly, so...
I don't really remember. I just know I was prepared to dodge. I know I was very prepared.
Yeah, I saw that you locked the strat when it came in, so...
I don't know, what was your favorite game from this series today?
It was the probably the second map. It's the only game where I think I played decent. The snow one.
Forlorn Fjords?
Yeah, like, I thought my gameplay was smooth there. I was satisfied. But the other games, I don't know, I was not happy at all. Like, I thought I was losing the map gen, the one where I lost connection. I mean, I don't know what was happening there. I checked the stream. I thought he had Tech 2 Pigeons and Tech 2A on air, and I had like only a trucks, and that's it.
I mean, I think that was winnable for either of you.
I think it was pretty even because you have the proxy with which you can like rate his maxes, and he has to spend some time getting some switches and gunships out to deal with it, and in the time you get your own Tech 2A.
Yeah, I guess you can tell the outcome. Just cannot tell who was winning there. Yeah. On the Badlands, I thought it was winning early, but somehow 2 minutes later I got absolutely crushed. I'm not sure what happened there.
The man built only tanks.
Yeah, I know, but like, it's like I had a pretty good KD radio in the first 2 minutes, and then 3 minutes later everything fell apart somehow. Yeah.
I think the main issue was that you had no intel on his factory counts, so you tried to do counter damage instead of just defend while you rushed Tech 2.
I took a lot of bad trades there, yeah.
Yeah, and the main reason for that was just because you're outnumbered.
Mm,
And like he went 1 tech to max and like 20 plus land factories, and you had like 11 factories or something, and then went triple T to max plus tech to land. And
yeah, I
and
was.
then you sent like parts of your units to counterattack as well, even though you had so much less units. And I think, I mean, there were multiple options. Like you should have played more defensively, probably. And even at the moment when your ACU was almost surrounded, there was a small chance if you just went around the mountain and just fucked the pet fighting for him to get away
Uh,
with that.
I didn't consider that at all. I thought I was gonna survive to begin with. I thought it was okay, but I didn't see the 40% of his army. I had no vision. Like he had way more than I thought he had. Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty good match, pretty good games against SP. I had fun. It was not that as depressed as the other days.
It was a very enjoyable series to watch.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
you won in the end. So that
yeah, it was pretty
means...
close. Yeah, I did win. That's good.
Yeah, it would have been interesting if SP survived that last game and you went on to your 7th map on probably map gen?
No, I would have picked Point of Reach,
Mm.
100%. I wouldn't pick map gen because 6 spawns is not enough and 15 is small. So I would go for Point of Reach. I'm pretty comfortable on that map. Maybe Wildfire, but I don't have much experience on Wildfire. Like I don't really know how to play that map.
Yeah, it doesn't make much sense to
Hopefully.
pick this first Pepsi.
Well, SP would have gotten to veto one of the 2 remaining maps, or one of the 3
Oh,
remaining maps.
true.
And then you would
You have
gotten to
to
pick
veto.
between the last 2.
True, I forgot about that. You have to veto down to one map. Yeah.
So he probably would have vetoed either Point of Reach or map gen, maybe.
Yeah. So we probably would have played either map gen or Point of Reach. Probably map gen. Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else you'd like to say to the stream before we head on off? Want to plug your stream?
I don't know what to say. I guess I have nothing to say.
All right then. Farms, you
Sorry,
got
man.
anything left
Yeah.
for Yudi?
No.
All right then. All right. Well, thanks for coming on, Yudi. Congratulations again. We hope to see you for Summer Invitational in a few months.
All right, thank you. I will probably, yeah.
All right. Sounds good. We'll see you around.
See you guys.
All right. Well, that concludes our coverage of the 2023 Spring Invitational. I'd like to thank Farms for co-casting with me today.
You're welcome.
I'd like to thank Rowie for helping promote the tournament. I'd like to thank everyone who's helped TD this tournament. Nock, Grimplex, and Dragoon. You're all very helpful. And of course, thanks to all of the people who support FAF on FAF Live by subscribing to this Twitch channel, and to those who support us on the Patreon. Your support makes these events possible. And last but not least, thanks to all the players and viewers who turned out. You all make these events worth doing.
Big thanks to Mr. Swkoll for hosting the tournament as well.
Thank you, Farms. All right, with that, we will see you maybe for another tournament before Spring Invitational, but if not, we will see you for Spring Invitational in July. See you then. Bye-bye.